Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful top. If this looks like what you're interested in, then please keep watching. You can make this top with less than a yard of fabric. I am using a leftover fabric to make this, and I have cut a rectangular piece measuring 35 by 23 inches, and then I'll go ahead to fold the edges. I'll fold in by half of an inch and fold in again by half of an inch, and then I'm going to sew all the four corners. I will do that and then come show you guys how it looks. This is how it looks after sewing all the edges. I went ahead to cut 3 pieces of fabric, and this here is measuring 26 by 5.5 inches, and I have 2 pieces of this particular one. The third piece here is for the neck, and what I did was to measure the round neck measurement I am working with, and then I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So the round neck measurement I'm working with is 14 inches, and then I added 1 inch to make 15. And for the width of the band, I used 3.5 inches. You can go ahead to also use 4 inches, which is still fine. For the belt, we are going to be sewing it. So I'm going to be shaping this part this way. I'm going to follow that line and sew, and then sew by half of an inch all the way to the end, and then I'll repeat the same on the other. So after that, I'll go ahead to trim. I'm just trimming this so it does not appear bulky on the inside, and then I'm going to be flipping this over, and I'll repeat the same on the second one as well. After flipping over, I'll go ahead and give it a good press. This is the neck piece here, and I'll fold it into 2, and then I'm going to notch on the midpoint this way. I also went ahead to use my chalk to mark that point so it's going to be visible, and then I am going to be marking 5 inches from the point this way, and then 5 inches from the point this other side as well, and then I am going to mark 0.75 inches from the 5 inches this way, and I'll repeat the same on the other side as well. After that, you're going to go ahead and sew this piece. So we're going to be sewing all the way from the top here by half of an inch till we get to the 0.75 inches. Then we are going to skip that point, okay, and then continue again from this point here all the way to this point here, and then we are still going to skip the 0.75 inches and then sew all the way to the top. So this is going to be done on the wrong side. So after sewing, I'll go ahead to just trim, and then I am going to flip this over through one of the 0.75 inches space that we had left. After flipping over, I am going to give this a good press, and our neck piece is ready. I'm going to take my main piece now, and then I'm going to be inserting one of the edge of the widest part of this main piece into the 0.75 inches space that we had left. So I'm going to be pushing this inwards and make sure that it goes in by about 0.75 inch, and then I'll use my pin to hold it down, and after that I'm going to sew on it. Okay, we're just going to be sewing on it, and then on the other side as well, which is the widest part of this piece, okay, that's the second widest part, I'll also pick the edge, and I'm going to fix it into the 0.75 inches space on the band, and make sure that it goes in by about half inch, and then I'll pin it down and then take it to the sewing machine and also sew on it. So for the edge of the band, you can use a hook and eye so that you can hold it. Okay, just sew a hook and eye with your hand needle so that you can hold it at the back of the neck. For our ropes, we are going to be attaching it on the other widest part of this piece, okay, on both edges. So I'm going to take this piece here, and then I'm going to fold it inwards this way, and then I'm going to pin it on the side here, and I'm going to sew it down. I'll repeat the same step on the other one as well. Just take it, fold it in, and stitch it down, and our top will be ready. Okay, so this top is very easy to make. Like I said, You can make this with less than a yard of fabric. So if you are new to this channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. If you found this video helpful, please do well to like, share, and drop a comment if you have any questions. This is the final look of our top. Bye, see you in my next one.